A shalom to the hopeful elect. First and foremost, call Halayim Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem HaKodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone who teach the truth and rule well. This is the brother Yatab Yahweh Allah coming back from the GMS SF of Bay Area camp. And I got a quick lesson today. Lord's will, it's edifying. But basically, we're in prophecy. And prophecy is speaking louder than ever. And, it's just like a snowball effect, I was looking at my Telegram feed, and this is one of the channels I'm subscribed to. But you can just see, sedition among men. In Lord's will, we'll get those scriptures. But you can see this prophecy speaking louder than ever. See, what does it say? Let me see. Let me start up. Okay. Yeah, see, it starts in Australia. They got the flags upside down. And then you see over here, Italy is going against the passports. Firefighters in Italy. Washington State, so over here in the States, they're starting to stand up. Luxembourg, Quebec, Canada, France. They're talking about a Yellow Vest season 2, So, that's pretty much it. But see, I was scrolling my feed and I just seen all those, and then the Spirit sparked me to do this lesson because it just goes to show you, prophecy is speaking louder than ever, and when has, a mandate or anything, any type of legislation went out like this and you have the whole world standing up against it, This just goes to show you what times we're in. But this is Habakkuk 2, straight to the point. Verse 3, it says, "For the vision is yet for an appointed time." And what is that vision? These prophecies. The things written, aforetime written, that the Lord said would happen, are written for a certain time. Now, what does it say? For the vision is yet for an appointed time. So at an appointed time, a specific time, that prophecy is written for. But what does it say? But at the end it shall speak. So this goes to show you what times we're living in, And this is why, who was it? My man Kyrie Irving said, we're living in, basically he said, crazy times. Yes, this is unprecedented times. Why? Because this is the end. We're seeing the collapse of a nation, of an empire, of an age, And we're witnessing the build-up and the promises being fulfilled to the nation of Israel, and the kingdom about to be established. This is where we're at. These are why we see in all the things that we're seeing, come to pass. It says, "But at the end it shall speak and not lie, though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry." And what is that? The kingdom's coming. It's not going to tarry. Why? Because we see the Lord putting the pieces into effect. He's already started it. It's like a snowball. Once it gets to the end, down the hill, that's it. And this is that snowball effect. The snowball's already been starting from the top of the hill, and it's rolling, and it's getting bigger and bigger, And that's what we see. We see all these prophecies speaking, and, everything getting more and more magnitude, like earthquakes, the sedition among men, all these different so-called natural disasters, which we know is Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, The economy is just getting worse. All you hear about is shrinkflation, inflation, shortages. This is the end. This is it. You see more and more draconian measures, more and more things being, put through legislation to make it just pure hell for the people, But this is because we're at the end. This is real quick, and this is a reason why these people are protesting, because first and foremost, the so-called white man is in control, which is Esau the Edomite, the wicked that the Bible speaks of. So what do you think is going to happen to a world where the wicked, the devil, is in rulership? Well, you think the people are going to be fine? The people are going to be catching pure hell, and this is what it says, Proverbs 29:2. It says, "When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. Now, are the righteous in authority? No. Who do we have? We have the wicked. But see, we're coming into a time where the righteous are going to be in authority. So these people, every nation is going to be good, except for the Edomite. You know, they're going to have, all nations are going to have to fulfill their slavery. Hey, but in the kingdom, ultimately they'll be good. They'll just pay their tribute. You know, they'll learn the laws, and they'll try and practice them to the best of their abilities. You know, and they'll serve the nation of Israel, and they'll be glad to do so. But it says, but when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. And that's what you're seeing. You know, you're seeing the people mourn. You know? Why? Because the wicked is in rulership. The so-called white man is in rulership. And what is he pushing? All these different mandates, all these different, you know, passes, which is unprecedented. You know, when has this ever, you know, been a thing? It hasn't, you know, but it just goes to show you what times we're in, why the people are mad, because the so-called white man is in power. This is 2nd Esdras 15, straight to the point, because this is prophecy. 2nd Esdras 15 and 16, it says, for there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another, they shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. Now this is what you're seeing, the sedition among men. And they're not regarding their kings and princes. Who are the kings and princes? These different politicians, these different governors, these different prime ministers, presidents, whatever you want to call them. And what are they doing? They're mandating certain things. And what do you see the people doing? They're rising up. They're protesting. And right now they're protesting, and you know, they're not getting their voice heard. And what is that going to lead to? Well, ultimately, it's going to lead to rioting. But see, this is what the so-called white man wants, so he can put more draconian measures in place, you know? But see, this is the times we're living in. We're living in the times where these visions, these prophecies are speaking. So like, this is back in, also in 2nd Esdras, the 9th chapter. It says, he answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before. And we've seen, you know, the sedition. We're seeing a lot of prophecies speak, you know. It says, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Now these are the end times. This is what Habakkuk was talking about. Prophecy. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes, and we're seeing a lot of earthquakes, and uproars of the people in the world. So this is a pivotal you know, vision. This is a pivotal prophecy, a very important prophecy for us, seeing all these uproars of the people in the world. And uproars of the people are protesting, you know, riots. And this is exactly what we're seeing all over the world. And, you know, I showed one, Washington State. Hey, there's going to be a time where these people, even in America, are going to be pushed to their limit, and they're going to start protesting, you know. And there's just going to be, you know, pure chaos. It says, therefore, when thou shalt see earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. For like as all that is made in the world hath a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest. So the end, you know, and this isn't talking about the end of you know, the world, the earth. This is talking about the end of an age. And that's what the so-called white man, the Esau Edomites empire, where wickedness was just able to, you know, flourish under his rulership, you know. So that end, the end of where the basis of men is ruling, the end of where the heathen have a high position, that's coming to an end, you know. It says, even so the times also of the highest have plain beginnings and wonders and powerful works and endings and effects and signs. And this is what we're seeing, those signs. You know, the Wadi Halbashim Al-Shai were able to see these things. You know, because you have a lot of people that are blind to the fact. You know, they literally don't know what's going on. They're happy with watching a football game, a baseball game. You know, they're happy with you know, whatever it is they may do that Esau has in place to blind them. you know. But see, the true watchmen are on their watch, feeding the sheep through the Ruach HaKodesh, which is the Holy Spirit, to show that, hey, we're at the end. It says, and everyone that shall be saved and shall be able to escape by his works and by faith wherever you believe. But, you know, that was the point, you know. Hey, we're at the end. We're at the end of this man's rulership. We're at the end of Esau, Edom's empire. And this is a wicked man. So that's why you see these people mourning, you know. You see these people rising up. They can't even go to work. They can't even go, you know, some places you can't go to a restaurant. You can't go to a gym to work out, you know. Here it is that you know, they're pushing mandates based off, you know, the health as a whole. But you still have cigarettes legal. You still have GMOs legal. You still have fluoride in the water legal. This man is a hypocrite, you know. Just goes to show you he's trying to push his agenda. And if you're not with his agenda, well, he's going to ostracize you from society, you know. But why is this happening now? Why is he doing all this now? Well, what is it? Revelations, the 12th chapter. He knows, but he had but a short time. You know? And this is part of his wrath. And you know what? It's going to get even worse. You know? It's going to get even worse. We've seen all these protests. Hey, it's going to get even worse. Because the so-called white man, you haven't seen nothing yet. You know? The Lord is really hardening this man's heart. And Esau's just going to go pure beast mode. You know? But I'm going to end off on this. This is Ecclesiasticus, also known as the Book of Sirach, chapter 10. And I'll just start from the top. It says, a wise judge will instruct his people, and the government of a prudent man is well ordered. Now, what do you see all around? Disorder. You see people fighting, you know, people, you know, protesting. You see people, you see homeless. You just see a whole chaos. That's what you see. You see chaos in the world. Because this man is not a wise judge. He's not a prudent man. You know? And he gives you this facade of a two-party system, which that in itself is a you know, a kingdom divided, to have two parties in a government. But ultimately, you know, it is controlled. It's controlled opposition, where they call it good cop, bad cop. But nonetheless, you know, that's disorder. That's confusion. But it says, as the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers. And what manner of man the ruler of the city is, such are all they that dwell therein. And all these people are screwed up because the so-called white man is in power. It says, an unwise king destroyeth his people, and that's what you see doing. Why do you think these people are mourning? Why do you think these people are rising up? Because this man's literally destroying his own people. You know, and it doesn't take a rocket science to see the evidence of what happens when you take that medical procedure. You know? And we haven't seen the half of it. You have to understand that, hey, we're coming into, what did they say? A dark winter. And there's already things in place that medical procedure is, you know, killing your immune system. You know? So just wait. It says, an unwise king destroyeth his people, but through the prudence of them which are in authority, the city shall be inhabited. It says, the power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord, and in due time he will set over it one that is profitable. And see, that's what you don't understand is Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, these so-called white men, they don't understand, these Edomites, that Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai is in full control. He's the one that's letting you just look stupid, be, you know, the unwise king that you are, just to take you out of power, you know? And right now he's hardening your heart to where you just want to go full beast mode, you know? And be the beast that you are. This so be it, because you're doing right what the Lord tells you to do, you know, on the left-hand side. But it says, the power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord, and in due time he will set over it one that is profitable. And, you know, going back to 2nd Ezra, the 9th chapter, what did it say? Esau is the end, and Jacob is the beginning of it that follow it. That's that profitable king. That profitable rulership is what? The kingdom of Israel, starting with Yahushua and with the elect on down, you know? Because what's gonna be profitable again? The earth, you know, everything, the water, the air, the food, everything's gonna be profitable. Now, what do you think's gonna happen when those righteous rulers are in rulership? Do you think these people are gonna be mourning anymore? You know, they might mourn for the first 1,000 years, but hey, they're gonna understand that's payback. You know, that's righteous righteous recompense. You know, justice for what they did to the nation of Israel. And then after 1,000 years, hey, they'll go into their own lands. Do you think they're gonna be mourning when they're going into their own lands? No. What did it say? When the righteous are in rulership, the people rejoice. So that's what's happening. We're seeing, you know, the transition of power because this man is not a righteous ruler. He's an unrighteous ruler. He's an unprofitable ruler. He's an unwise king. And you see it by way of his legislation, and you see it by way of these people, you know, coming up against him, not regarding their kings and princes, you know. But see, in due time, the Lord is going to set up the nation of Israel, and this man's never going to be able to rule again. In fact, after 1,000 years, he's going to be, you know, taken off of existence in this realm, you know. But yeah, you know, that's pretty much it. Like I said, you know, I was just scrolling my page, and I just seen all these, you know, different ones all over the place, and I was like, yeah, you know, this is sedition among men. This is uproars of the people because of the so-called white man in rulership, you know. But like I said, you know, we don't have too much longer. You know, this is just, you know, a further example of prophecy speaking louder than ever, you know, and we don't have too much longer here, you know. But like I said, Lord's will, this is edifying. Once again, call Haloim, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Ruach HaKodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone. Shalom to the elect, and Abba Ball.